Hello, welcome. Hello, welcome, guys. Welcome to this second episode. If you've not seen your friend on this live show, try to call them to join the call, because I promise you this is going to be worthwhile. It's going to be worth your data. I know how expensive data is in Nigeria, so try to invite people. So try to invite people. So we are starting very soon. I'll be bringing the guest in the next 5 minutes. Try to tell people, tell someone to tell someone to tell someone to tell someone to tell someone, you know that kind of line. Tell someone to join this live video, because at this stage you shouldn't be unaware of what is happening around you. If you can hear me, say yes. Please drop yes in your comment section if you can hear me. If you can hear me, drop yes. Okay. Does that mean you can hear me? Am I audible enough? Am I audible enough, guys? Yes, okay, perfect. I just want to be sure. So we are starting in the next 1 minute. So try to call someone, because this kind of event or live show that is worth your data. So if you are joining this show, I believe you're here to learn 1 or 2 things. You are not here to play, and just call someone to call someone. Thank you, guys. Okay, thank you guys for joining this call. I remain Temitope Oladokun. If you did not join the last edition, you should know that you have missed a lot, because that last edition was about how AI solutions are being deployed on DevOps platform. How to seamlessly, let me rephrase my statement, how to seamlessly deploy your AI solution on DevOps platform. But today we are not talking about DevOps, we are not talking about AI, we are not talking about crazy stuff like that. We are just here to talk about the buzzword, which is LLM, large language models, and how we can build up the synergy with data analytics, or how you can leverage, or how LLM supplements data analytics. But I can't do this alone, because I can talk for hours about AI, but at some point you need to be aware of your limitations as well. And I'm also here to learn, because I'm here with my writing materials, and I'm looking forward to watching this video countless times, as I've done for the other one. So without further ado, sit tight, get your writing materials, either your notes, your notepad, anything, or your iPad, or anyone you're going to be writing with, and your cup of tea or cup of water, Yeah, I'm here with my water because water is life, and I'm also going to be bringing on Spotlight, my special guest for this particular episode. And please, I forgot to mention, this episode is titled AI Horizon. But every month we bring in new guests to talk about how all these topics affect our lives. Because most times we might get so engrossed in life and you forget that there's something happening in the other space. You know, that kind of thing. But with this show, it's going to bring you up to speed for you to know that, man, when someone is having conversation with you, you can have logical and interesting conversation with them as well. So without further ado, I'll be bringing my special guest, he has built a lot of projects. He has years of experience in the space of AI. He's an AI engineer. He has worked with me as well, and I have worked with him. Please don't get it twisted. So we build solutions together. We've seen it touch lives, impact lives, and I'm here with him, and he joined very early. So without further ado, I'll be inviting Adebayo Anulai. So, hi Adebayo, please, I would like to add you right now. So try to request to be in the video. Okay. Writing a lot of things because there's still some things I need to learn. So if you don't have your writing material close by, try to get something, grab something nice. If you also want to snack along as we talk, it's also acceptable. So just enjoy yourself. You know, I'm just that tech girl that wants to have fun but impact lives. So Adebayo, I'm trying to add you up here. So try to accept the invite. So Adebayo, are you still here? If you are here, just signify or send your request so you can be added. Okay, before Adebayo joins, something interesting happened last week. Last week on Saturday, I tried, on Saturday is my resting day because if you work 9 to 5, one day must just be the day for you to catch up your lost sleep. So last week, Saturday, I tried to catch up and something interesting happened. I stumbled. Okay, please try to send it again. I've added you, but for some reason, I'm not getting hold of you. Try to join on your phone. Mm, okay, let me add you again. Please don't forget to invite someone, to invite someone, to invite someone so that someone can invite another person because this kind of show shouldn't be missed. So I was watching a video confused me with Bill Gates. So he invited one of the episodes, he invited Sam Altman, and Sam Altman was dishing out some germs, like, some things that you need to hold on to in the long future, because sometimes when this technology they are evolving, you get to find out maybe years later if you are not moving with the trend. And he said something interesting. He said his mission is to reduce the cost of intelligence and the cost of energy. But their mission right now that is on their radar is to reduce the cost of intelligence. And I can see that working on other products. Like it's already woven into their fiber. Like, okay, number one, ChatGPT.
Yeah.
You don't need to go to school before you can discover stuff. You know, Adebayo, are you added?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. And can you see me?
No.
I,
Yeah. I'll try. I'm trying to see. I can't see you on here.
but you can hear it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would like to have you here so it can be sectioned, myself and your first.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so it was.
that
Okay, can you?
that's exactly how I see it on my screen, though, like sectioned.
Oh, okay. Guys, can you see him sectioned as well? Please indicate, just give us a thumbs up if we're on the track. Hi, guys. Please let's make this chat interactive. If you can see him sectioned at your end as well, let me know.
Yeah. So
You can see him here. Wow. I think then mine is not showing. For some reason, I can't view it. Oh, can I? Let me remove you, then add you up again.
All right.
Will that work?
Yeah. Let's.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Okay, so as I was gisting you guys, so I was going through that. I was as in, there are some shows that you try to watch halfway, you lose that kind of focus on it. But this one, I just tapped into it and I enjoyed the show. So you kept talking about what they are looking into, like intelligence system, and I'm like, "Ah, where are we going again?" You talked about, okay, I'm adding you. Go live with. Okay, try to see if there's a button there that shows that. Do you want to show yourself on my page? Okay, perfect. Okay, good. Okay, so he was talking about the cost of intelligence and cost of energy. He said that cost of energy is in pipeline, but cost of intelligence is something that they are working towards. And if you can see now, ChatGPT, the mission, if you look at the underlying mission or reading between the lines, you know that the cost of intelligence is what they are going for, because they are trying to make sure intelligence is that subsidized in a way that with your click of finger, you can learn as much as you can learn. Recently, I started a course on finance, and I don't need to start racking my brain about finance. I just need to just type it. Please, what is time value of money? And that's what gave me examples of what is happening in Nigeria, that you know what 1,000 naira is like 2, 3 years back, and now what it is now. You know what you can buy with 1,000 naira 3 years back, and what you can buy with it now. So that will just summarize my lesson. So don't let me bore us with my story, because I can go on and on talking about AI. So I have here spotlighted Adebayo. So Adebayo, just introduce yourself within like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and let's just know who we are talking with today. Thank you. Oh, your voice, your audio. Can you try? Yeah. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I'm actually. I don't have like a stand. Okay. I'm using my laptop instead.
See, I just want us to just have fun here.
All right.
Have fun with the show. Be real,
Yeah.
authentic.
Am I audible now?
Perfect.
All
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Thank you very much for having me on the show tonight. I'm Olaya Adebayo, and I'm an AI engineer. I have years of experience building AI solutions. Happily married. Uh, outside of work, outside of building AI solutions, I have friends to think about problems around us and how to solve them. Right, that cognitive workload is something.
Okay, nice, 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 nice. Okay, let's just go straight to the point, because I think we are long gone. This 15 minutes past 8 o'clock in Nigeria. So I will be asking you this interesting question, because this question has come times without number to me. Like people asking me, and I've tried to explain it, but maybe I'm not doing justice to that question. So they've asked me, what's the difference between LLM and GPT?
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for that question. So, when we talk about LLM, right? LLM are large language models. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you know, GPT, right, generative pretrained transformers, are like is a form of architecture, a backbone, which LLM are based on actually, right? So we have like before the LLM actually have this kind of boom, we have something called the transformers, right? And these are like a special kind of network, deep neural network with some special function that allows interconnectivity of information within the neural networks, right? So LLMs have their success just because they are built with this particular architecture. So for those that are not well versed with these technical terms, large language models, just think about it like your chat GPT, right? And think about, can you hear the word chat GPT? So GPT is like that's the architecture behind that solution, right? So ChatGPT is a large language model. And what are large language models, right? From the name, they are very large and they understand language. So they are good at, creating sentences, writing long words. They are good at summarizing. They are good at translating. So these are the models that are out there. So we have a couple of them out, not just from OpenAI. We have from Cloud, we have from Meta, we have from Mistral and the likes, right? But they are driving the waves because in a very long time we've not really seen that kind of models that understand human language, right, and can really act on it. So the emergence of large language models have really changed the kind of horizon. Yeah.
Okay, nice, nice, nice. Really, I was just writing like Transformers. Okay, I'm not saying I don't know it, but there are some things that is just like it's taking forever to click. You just need someone else to sink it into your brain, maybe audio, like listening to it or reading about it. So thanks so much for answering that question. It's something that people have asked me countless times, and I believe some of us on this call, and you've gotten your answer from another expert. Okay, we've talked about LLM, we've talked about GPT. Please, what do you think is the importance of having this LLM in AI? Because when you talk of AI is a vast field that we can talk about crazy computer vision, amazing NLP. So what is the importance of LLM in AI? Artificial intelligence. If you don't know what AI
Yeah.
means.
Yeah. So actually, this thanks for the question. Like it's a very very broad topic, right? And continue to talk how LLM in the world. The first thing is, let's look at the concept of um programming language itself, right? How we wanted to automate little tasks, right? Let's take our calculator, right? Want to do 2 plus 2, want to write 5 divided by 4. Want to just command your computer, right? And so we have some experts that programs this kind of instruction with some programming language, right? And so people learn Python, people learn C Sharp, Java, different languages, and everybody just want to, you want to command the computer to do something on your phone, on your iOS device, Android device. You're clicking, send an email, you're chatting with somebody. The underlying information is just, bunch of programming language coming together to solve the problem. So now let's think about it like, now you're not more, you don't need to write all those code, right? Engineers don't need to learn. Now computer can understand English. You can speak Yoruba, computer understands Yoruba. You can speak Igbo, you can speak Hausa, and computer understands it, right? So LLM is actually bridging that gap, right? Bridging that gap, making technology more democratized, right? You don't need to be a programmer to do something, right? Just think about the future where it's already happening. Right? You can say, "Hey Siri, do something," right? It understands just from the in the last is bridging that gap between programming language and human language because it understands our language and is acting on it, right? So and we've seen that the likes of OpenAI, Google, Meta, they've been investing a lot to make this language more democratized or open for everyone, right? So in the nearest future, we'll have like very tiny LLMs that are very smart as well that we can put on our phone. In fact, it's already here. But what I mean nearest future, I mean like it's going to be everywhere now, where you have to just be like, okay, go to facebook.com, go and follow 10 of my friends. Your phone just goes there, acts as an agent and understand. That is the beauty LLM is bringing to our world in terms of application. So, but this is just customer level application. So when it comes to our day-to-day work itself, right? We see LLM doing a lot of stuff for us in terms of thinking about you wanted to write email. And people are okay, for example, you want to apply for a job and they say write a final cover letter. Oh, ChatGPT, and just enter it there and it helps you and you see the kind of astonishing the way it's so real and coherent, right? So that's the beauty of language model. I'm sure in the call we'll still talk about some other use cases, right? But that's a high level of how these language models can affect us in our lives.
Okay. Wow, wow, wow. I believe some of us are here thinking about how can LLM write resume. or cover letter for me. If you have more questions, please feel free to drop it. Maybe you need to consult ChatGPT to ask some questions. I don't know. So, so please drop your questions in the comment section. We attend to them as this episode continue or progresses. And please don't forget, this is just 1 hour show. So once it's 60 minutes, we are signing off. So ask your question before the end of this show. Those questions that you feel like if you don't ask, it's going to make you choke, ask them, because I don't want someone to die on me. So, the top question that have been on my mind for a long time is, data is the bedrock of any AI solution.
Yeah.
Worked with data engineers, and they've told me that, Timmy, if your data is not clean, it means that the AI solution will not work.
Yeah.
I've seen it live as well. So, what is the importance of data analytics in LLM?
Yeah. Yeah. That's a very, very interesting. So I would kind of put it into like different kind of categories. The first one is data used to train LLM itself, right? With LLM, for example, we have like large data on web that was used to train the LLM model, and it's kind of representing what we see on the internet. So, for example, now there's a level of understanding of ChatGPT when it comes to speaking Hausa. It might get some of the words or be perfect, right? There's a level of understanding when it comes to speaking Igbo, but when you talk about English, it's perfect, right? And that's because when you look at the web, you know, lots of material, English, Spanish, Arabic, and the like. So it's actually representing our world the way it is, right? And we are, from ethics and consideration around it, I'll be saying that we should try as much as possible to strike that balance in terms of diversification, right? Make your data sets very, very diverse enough to represent the real world. So, for example, it won't be fair. I mean, this world, we are one corner of the world, and you can't use ChatGPT because you don't speak English, right? You're blocked from that technology because you don't understand English, right? So, in terms of training the model, lot of work being done to make sure that this model can serve everybody. So that is one part in terms of data and LLM. So in the other part, analytics, like data analyst. Okay, I'm a data analyst. I've been learning Excel. I've been learning Power BI. How can I use LLM, right? How is LLM affecting me? Should I really care about it, or I should just focus on my Excel? So these tools, right, they come to make life better. Just for example, just think about, you are using your Excel and or you are using basic Power BI or any of these tools, right? And you are trying to clean your data. You're spending days cleaning data, or people are okay. Just example, let's say a field called gender. Someone is writing my gender. You're getting a form. Someone is writing gender M. Someone is writing that's male, capital male, small male, and different stuff like that. So with the way LLM is now, it understands language, like we said, right?
Yeah.
So a simple prompt by saying, go through all my rows, standardize this data, right? Anywhere, anyone that wants to write mail, just turn it to M. It has saved you like a couple of, you know, lines of code of, okay, where I see M, replace it with mail, where I see small M, those kind of things. So let us think around that line that this is what LLM is going to do in future, like to make data cleaning process very interesting. And also think about a situation where you are a data analyst in a company and you want
Mhm.
to get information from interviews, right? For example, so I used to tell people like in tech world, right? We have to be very, very intentional about our jobs, right? You are a data analyst. Your job might not be just to write some code. You have to interact with people. So anybody that wants to keep their job, if you don't want LLM to come for your job has to be like very, very close to humans, right? Not just writing codes.
Mhm.
So let's go back to the data scenario. You are a data analyst and you are trying to gather pain points and interview people in your company or just trying to get, problem to solve, right? And the interview is just like I we're talking like this now and it's on recording. And after the call, I really want to understand, the summary of everything we've discussed, right? So you can use, so there are some models that can convert speech to text. There are also large models. So this speech can be converted to text, and the text can be done for your LLM, and your LLM can summarize your whole text, right? So an idea for LLMs, people will have to play the interview again, then you start writing down, oh, Ade said something at 30 minutes and all. But when it comes to this technology, right, it can streamline that process and make it very, very efficient. So you can have several interviews with several C-level officers, several stakeholders, and you have your reports at the end of the day, just from dumping the interview into your model, extracting all the text, summarizing it. So this is how it's going to change the landscape of data analytics. And I feel like there are several use cases, right? Sentiment analysis. So for example, people do you can go to Amazon. You can see Amazon. If you buy something on Amazon now, you see the section where they're trying to rate something positive, negative, and all. So just move that can understand your comments and tell you the positive, negative, so stuff like that. It's going to really improve your data analytics workflow.
Yeah. Interestingly, I was just thinking of something in my brain. I don't know. Just having like a solution that can detect when someone is about to leave job. I don't know if there's something like that. Maybe I need to ask ChatGPT for that. So I'm just thinking of now, but you said something about models for speech to emotion recognition, SAR. So it's something that will make sense. Maybe I'll look into that after this call. So that's good. So thank you. I've not seen questions from anyone. Do you want me to keep asking questions? Okay. So I mean recently I've been seeing this stuff on Sora, crazy stuff, videos. In fact, what caught my attention was that particular prediction they have about Lagos market in 2056. So I have I have an article on that on my LinkedIn. So if you are not following me on LinkedIn, try to look for where I am. Type in my name, you find me on LinkedIn. So I wrote an article and I was just like, something provoked me. I don't know, in my mind, when you're reading or you are checking technical stuff, you need to also read between the lines. That's how I. So when people come up with a solution, don't just take the solution hook, line, and sinker. Read between the lines, like read the why the solution is in existence. So I saw that and I was like, okay, why is it that Nigeria or Lagos market is looking weird? Even now, I don't think we are that congested, but it's looking so crazy. But I don't know, maybe the data. So I'm trying to find out from an expert like you that is it the data we gave the AI, or it is the way we have written some sentimental stuff online, or those crazy stuff. I don't know. I'm trying to find solutions to the problem in my brain. So I don't know if you can help me demystify that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I actually saw that particular video as well. Lagos, 2025. I think in future actually 2050 something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
2056.
2050 something, and it's showing Lagos that way. Yeah. So actually, the bottom line is just data, right? So
Mm.
that's the short answer. But if you look at it very well, right, you see that the content we have in Africa today, in the 1990s, currently how it looks like, majority of the countries are still like, underdeveloping, right? Sorry, developing rather. We are developing countries, and the training system of these models, they just understand statistics generally. So the way these videos are represented by the model LLMs, you see them as a distribution of data. So just think about it, like have like millions of data points, and the one that was labeled Nigeria is in this kind of embedding space, right? And that
Okay.
space has to do with large crowd, buildings that are subpar, buildings that are not too fancy, and you look at maybe the one in Qatar, right? And they say, what will Qatar look like in the year 2060 or so? And that one is in another vector space where it's closer to tall buildings,
Mm.
beautiful desert. So these models, they are not really smart, right? They
Mm-hmm.
just kind of they are, for example, LLM are predicting next tokens, those video models as well. they are looking for the right space. So if you prompt it like show me Lagos in 2056,
Mm.
right? It's going to be the word Lagos. Look for the embedding space of Lagos and
Mm.
see the embedding space of Lagos is closer to, a congested area with
Mm-hmm.
black people and this kind of building. Okay, 2056. 2056 shows that, the future kind of, what's going to look like in future. Definitely is going
Yeah.
to, but, unfortunately, we've not really seen advancement in African countries like, from, decade in terms of infrastructure, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but if you look at, I used to see some picture Dubai, is it Dubai 1990, Dubai 2020, see the transformation, right? So these
It's
are the
just
kind of, yeah, they used to train the model and it understands that, okay, if Dubai 1990 is like this, Dubai 2020 is like this, right? What would Dubai 2050 be like? Obviously, super, super good, right? So if you take a Lagos, I think in fact I see some kind of video that will show like everywhere better. That well yeah, but I feel I don't want to believe that. I believe that we are actually progressing as well.
let me give an eye roll to that. Maybe we are progressing, but maybe we are still sleeping. Or maybe we are not painting Nigeria in the right light as well. So I'm encouraging everyone on this call as patriotic Nigerians. I know that yes, there's a lot of things going on in Nigeria, but still, let's try to portray Nigeria in good light because you can never tell what we are putting out there, and the internet never forgets. So, and I know we have talent, we have people that are skilled, people that know their stuff in Nigeria. So please, let's try to represent Nigeria and put Nigeria on the map. And I know after this call, some of us will start picking up skills that will make us marketable and competable, if there's something like that in the market space and in the world. Thank you for that answer, Adebayo. I can see people dropping their questions, and the first question I saw here is very interesting. So I'm going to paraphrase it. It said, please, I don't have data. Please correct me. Adedayo. Yeah. I don't have data analyst skill set. Do I have a future in AI? That's very interesting. So I don't know if you have an answer for that.
Yeah, but, number one is that if you don't have a skill set, right, you can always learn, and it's
Hmm.
never too late. That's one thing it's never too late to learn. Regardless of the hype, regardless of the fantastic videos you see of Sora, LLM, ChatGPT, I'll still tell everyone like if they have the opportunity today, go and start learning it because like I said, things are here to all cost our jobs, not actually because AI cannot operate itself. Like I said, we also have to like think about problems to solve. AI is going to be a problem as well. We have a lot of fake content out there. We still need to build system to identify fake content. We need to, regulate so many things and also you're actually creating some interesting jobs. And I feel like, regardless of the hype, it, it is a good time to see it from scratch. Don't think of some people are already building fantastic stuff. I'm still learning media. Like, it's never too late. You can pick up skills. I feel like everybody has an AI. Either as a user or as a builder, we all have to play AI.
Okay. Thanks so much, Adebayo. Please, it's not too late to start your career, either in tech or in anything. Just start. The best time to start is yesterday. The next best time is now. So if you feel like you need to start, just check there are videos I've dropped on my Instagram page, places, website where you can see free courses. Explore those options. You don't need to break the bank to get some of these skills. So just try to enjoy yourself, have fun. Life is too difficult for you to start. Have fun, losing up, and make sure you make an impact and make money as well. So there's another question here, and this question sounds like an ethical question. I've seen that I heard that Sam Altman mentioned something like that. That's something they are driving into Lord, or another KPI they are trying to track while working on these LLM solutions is also reliability, and also yes, reliability. So he asked a question here. Sparkle, yes. He said, "Do you think AI should be regulated?" So I'm thinking about regulation around AI solution in general. So I don't. Please feel free to answer.
Yeah, actually, this opinion, like people have like different opinions about it. But my personal opinion, I still feel like they should have some sense of regulation to it, because anything
Mm-hmm.
that can go. But in regulation I'm talking about here is in terms of application, right? I feel like
Mm-hmm.
for research, there shouldn't be any kind of regulation in position on research, because what makes us super, as human beings, is the ability to think, explore. So you can see, some people are visiting Mars today, trying to discover another planet. And all this is happening because of research. People are actually spending hours, energy, and research. So AI research shouldn't be regulated, in my opinion. But AI application, we have like GPT, transformer is an architecture. We have our in computer vision, we're talking about, the RCNN, the likes. These that should go ahead. People should continue to research to the extreme. But in terms of application, right? Okay, we have an application, then there should be some kind of laws that say that if you use AI for fraud, for example, someone use AI to clone their voice, right? Use that voice to to go and scam my family. I feel like, oh, I'm the one talking. That kind of should be punishable offense, right?
Mm-hmm.
So AI usage should be punishable. In fact, as developers should be also responsible for building that kind of tool for that particular purpose. So I believe application in some essence should be research, but for research purpose, I don't think regulation is good for us. We should explore to the extreme to see how well we can drive this AI application.
Yes, thanks so much, Adiba, for that. And I'll also touch on something. Someone asked me that question on LinkedIn. An Indian guy. He asked about what do you think about the regulation, and these were the things I wrote because he asked like two questions, but I think the last one is related to Comsparkle's question. So this is what I told him. I said that some ethical issues surrounding bias. I'm reading it now. Then I can paraphrase why I came up with that narrative. Some ethical issues surrounding biases, accountability, job displacement measures are still in progress, but the low-hanging fruit could be education or awareness and data diversity. So why did I come up with that? Because I noticed that there's a lot of bias, and that is what point of code Joy. I don't know if any one of us know Joy. Joy Bola, the lady algorithmic of justice, the Ghanaian girl, but she's from MIT. She did a PhD at MIT. So she came up with some ethical stuff about AI and how AI, especially for Black people, or how we can balance out those things. So some things that came up there is we have some biases. Like for example, look at Sora. There's a bias there. So we're talking about how can we mitigate those things. So if you're talking about regulation, the first thing is let's stop that bias first. And part of the bias is some information don't get to Africa or maybe after many months. If that spread around Western world, that's when it's getting to Africa. And also accountability. Who is accountable for this? For example, self-driving car. Is it the driver or the company that owns the self-driving car? So nobody is asking those questions. I don't know if they're asking because I'm not in that space of ethical AI, right? But I believe that we should ask that question. Be sure, just ask that question. Who should we hold responsible if the car gets knocks down anyone? Who should we ask? Then job displacement. We can see what is happening out there. And people are getting displaced day by day. People reaching out to me that tell me, can you help me secure a job? I'm not mocking anyone here, but I think at this stage we should start revolving or evolving with our skill sets. And the low hanging fruit, which I pointed out as the what we should treat more, is education and awareness. Some people don't know there's ChatGPT. I was talking to someone today and I was like, do you know that book you've been thinking or you've been wanting to write for 15 years or 10 years now? That person is like older adults. So it's not my age mate. So it's older adult. We are just exchanging notebooks, talk about AI and stuff like that. Because I can dwell on AI for long, talk about it, gist about it. And I said that, do you know that that book that you've been wanting to write for like 10 years or 15 years? Yes, it was 15 years. You can write it with just ChatGPT, And he said that yes, he knows about ChatGPT. And I know he does not really know because there are questions or there are responses you can get from someone that have explored that option. But I just let the comments just slide because I don't want to dig deep because there's something in management. Don't make people look stupid. Make them look like the so I feel like education is something that we are not getting to. We get last. We are not exploring. We are not educating ourselves because it's what you can harm yourself against. Even
Yeah.
when I know that okay, this AI can also be used for something bad, that's when I know that okay, I think I need to take some steps back and retrace it and just pick the good part of it to leverage and make some money and make impact as well. Then data diversity. We need to put out the right data about our products or about our product. Why do I say product? Product in the sense that we are all product of Nigeria. We
Yeah.
shouldn't just feel like because we are out there traveling around the world, we should forget where we came from and just throw caution into the wind. So I feel like some of those ethical things, charity begins at home. We should also watch ourselves before we start talking about governments putting some ethical measures in place for AI solution. I don't know if I answered your question or if I buttress on what Hadi has said.
Yeah.
Uh, co-sparkle.
Yeah.
So I'm not seeing question here. Oh. Okay, let me ask another question. Adi, from your own experience in this space of AI that you worked on some things in your personal space or you've read research paper because I was reading a research paper as well today. And what do you think is the future of large language models and data scientists? The synergy, what's the future of that synergy? What do you think?
Yeah. Actually, from the current research trend, right? People are trying to make LLM because there's a debate out there that they're just picking the next token, right? They are not. There's a lot of research
Hmm.
going out there because, for example, if you give ChatGPT, although I think is improving, this is why research is important.
Mm-hmm.
A task like ChatGPT can write essay for you, it can write cover letter, but a simple task like, okay, my name is Adebayo,
Mm-hmm.
spell it back, spell Adebayo backward, and
Hmm.
we'll mess it up, right? And yeah, so something like that, just spell, or just give it a word, spell it backward, and it will be struggling.
Hmm.
And this is because the way it was trained, right? It was trained on tokens, right? And tokens are not really words,
Hmm.
but they are units. So there's a way it's, though I don't delve into that right now. So people are actually like, thinking of another architecture, like you said what transformers are, right? People are thinking
Mm-hmm.
of architectures that can really bring AGI to life, like the real intelligence, right? So when you see systems that, or some people say we are close, some people say we are not too far, but let's see what the future holds. But for data scientists right now, um, in fact, for any data practitioner, and this is what really helped me in my career, the way I see data and all these tools,
Mm-hmm.
and I see it like we should really use them to solve our problems. Think
Hmm.
yourself like think yourself as solving a problem solver rather than a data scientist or a data engineer, or just know that you're a problem solver. And your problem, look at your problem and look at how to solve it. So for example, some of my projects I've done in the past, I've seen that it could be analyzing data, just analyzing the data. You don't need machine learning. Some of them are in machine learning, some of them are in data engineering. So right now, I think this is the time to actually learn across board, right? This is not the time to be like, I'm a data analyst, I use Excel, Power BI, SQL, that's all. Or I'm a data scientist, I use Jupyter Notebook, this and that. Let's go beyond the tools. Let's think about how can I was talking with one of my friends earlier today, and the problem he's just trying to solve for his organization is like something takes 7 hours to load, or I want to make it 5 hours, right?
Wow.
Optimize. This one is not about him being data scientist or data analyst or anything. This is the problem. Can you solve it? Right? So I think we should kind of imbibe that kind of mindset, especially in data world. I see a lot of posts around data engineers should know this, data engineers should know that, data scientists should know this, data scientists should know, you know, the data world is kind of interconnected right now, right? So people say, is it right for me to know how to use LLM? I'll say yes. Power BI, I'll say yes. Everything, just yes. But the important thing is just start now. Start now. Don't let the hype get into, focus on. For example, when I was learning, right, when I was starting this journey, I had like a mentor, and I was given like some kind of roadmap to follow. So, imagine starting Excel after Excel, SQ after this, I was not really focused on others. But once the basics, building on it will be very, very easy. So I'll hold data scientists out there. Don't just kind of restrict yourself to the tools you use at work, right? Try to improve yourself, try to upskill is very, very important. Like where the job market is now. I remember before, you have people, data analysts, you have data scientists, you have ML engineer, but now it's changing, right? People are describing job description in terms of the problem they want to solve, right? Rather than saying we need this, we need that, we need this. So even at interview, you go and talk about how can you solve this problem? These are a problem. What can you do? So it's not really about the tools again. Anybody can use any tool. So, but the fundamental are very, very important.
Yeah, okay. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. You mentioned something that stood out to me, that you should be a problem solver. How many people can raise their hand and say that, yes, I'm looking for problems to solve? So everybody just wants to make money. But money is the reward for creating value for something.
Exactly.
Is either you are creating value as a service, or you are creating value with your intellect, or you are selling something. You must just create value. So please, let's debunk that thing that says that money grows on can just come. No, you have to create value, because that's an exchange, a form of exchange for what you have upstairs or what you can do with your hand. So I have another question here. Thanks so much for that. I have another question here. He said, what are your thoughts about privacy? Let me rephrase that question. What are your thoughts about privacy in the aspect of data collection in for AI use? Let's say, for example, smart system like Alexa. Yeah.
Yeah. So this particular opinion, right? Like I said, is under controversial area. So people feel like if you pay me for my data, providing data, you're getting your data for me. But personally, very personal, anytime I'm using any application that says that you want my data, I don't know, I always give them. Because I feel like, for example, coming from, like an African, right? This speech to text model. Before now, if you are talking to Siri and you say, hey, Siri, you might not pick your accent because of that diverse stuff is not there. It can only, understand some certain accents. But with time, they are collecting data, they are improving the system. And also my life is getting better. I don't need to say hey Siri like 5 times. Hey Siri, do this, hey Alexa, do this. I say it once and it grabs it. So but there's a debate on whether they should pay us for the data that's still there. Well, I know that giving this data out for this system to train on to improve will also make our life easier. So we are going to get it, like a trader. Okay, I'm giving you data for just give me very, very good to help my day-to-day activities. But again, tech companies are making huge amount of money, and people feel like they deserve to get out of that share. And I'll say the way yeah, obviously that is something is a concrete kind of debate as well, right? You can see
Wow.
online people are being paid for just tweeting, right? Tweeting, getting engagement, and stuff like that. I think this kind of thing we're seeing now. And maybe later they'll start paying you for dropping your data to for training the system, who knows. But personally, I like to, give out data to improve system. Anything that's not confidential, right? Especially speech, uh, types, like
Mm. And if I even want to add to that, because without data, all these LLM solutions can't be optimized.
that.
Because if we just imagine many years, like 2 years or a year back, when ChatGPT came into to the whole horizon and we started using it, you remember sometimes tell you that this solution or the answer, is it the right one?
Yeah.
What were they doing? They were trying to optimize the system. So look at the journey now. where we are now, that you can ask ChatGPT any question and it can give you something logical, something sensible that you can actually beat your hands or your chest to the back, or just say that, okay, this thing is something making sense, is something that I can actually hold on to, and it's something that I can use. So I think data usage is I'll put it like, it's not cast on stone. So let's just keep our fingers crossed on, provided your data is not being used for something that won't be healthy. So let's just keep our fingers crossed about that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if anyone have any question before I ask another question. I can't see. Okay. 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 So I have another question. And my question is this. Are you scared? Because I don't know, sometimes I can be scared. I'm just being real here. Are you scared that AI, yes, we are AI engineers, are you scared that one day AI will start writing code for companies, and even AI engineer, they will lose their job? Because it
Um,
might get to that level. For me, I try to be futuristic. If something is like this today, because now we can see that some jobs are already becoming redundant, is is tending towards our own spectrum. Because now, if you look at the blanket spread, if you put a blanket spread around all those things, it might not make sense now. To some sectors, I might look like, okay, is we are not there. But to the other, if we tend towards the other spectrum, which is the AI engineers are building the solution, can we say that someday in the future, AI will start writing code and we might become redundant? And are you scared of it?
yeah. So actually, the short answer is that I'm not scared, right? But
Okay.
in terms of, I have to break it down as well. AI is already software development, right? Like the whole website, do it right now. But like I
Mm-hmm.
said at the beginning, we are problem solvers, right? We are not,
Mm-hmm.
we are not really writing. We are not code writers. AI is a code writer.
Mm-hmm.
We are problem.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
we identify problem to solve and
Mm-hmm.
we use code to solve that problem. But for AI,
Mm-hmm.
you know, fine, maybe some system may identify, optimize, for example, now maybe you have AI, but it's a very, very complex one for AI to do, right? Because I'm just thinking of a situation where they have an LLM or one massive AI system, look for how to optimize the system. Yes, maybe because AI can play chess, right? And based on what it has there, so how to, optimize things as well. But in real world, in the
Mm-hmm.
real, right, we actually solve a lot of problems, and that ingenuity, the kind of approach we take to solving these problems, right, is not what AI can just do. We have to
Oh.
use solve our problems. So maybe in future, maybe coding, the aspect of trying to write the code might not be the goal again. That would be like, how can I solve problem? How can I and again, yeah, there's nothing I want to even point out, right? Because now ChatGPT is using a lot of can write code. So I was working with an intern, right? And I was kind of seeing how the intern was, trying to approach a problem to solve it actually. So the challenge is that ChatGPT gives code now, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's giving the code that even the person that is using the code does not even understand it. And this person spends hours, a lot of hours trying to debug the code. So before it's like now you have the code, but you are now spending time trying to debug the code because you don't even understand what ChatGPT is spitting out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the fundamental is still going to remain. We need to understand how to code, right?
Mm.
So we have an assistant. For example, now if I want to do some solve, I use ChatGPT, will just give me, I understand what I'm trying to solve, right? And it's making me very, very fast. So I think
Mm-hmm.
improve our productivity. It's going to make us, better problem solvers. But
Mm-hmm.
taking away our jobs, fine. If anybody's job is, for example, I have that fear for people that their job is very, very routine in tech, right? There's some people, the job is to, you know, they just message every week, create a report on our sales today. No, 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 no. Create a report on our sales today. They keep doing the same thing, right? Even though you are in tech, your job is still at risk because it's routine, right? But if you are a
Exactly.
data you are writing reports, but your own approach is you are, having stakeholder conversation, right? Trying to understand the pain point, like I said before, trying to understand how things connect together. Then you're now bringing your ingenuity to solve that problem. Yes, you shouldn't be scared of any AI coming for your job. But if you are you know, uh, the AI, the data engineer or data analyst that are writing the same thing every time, are just changing where date is equals to 2023, or you are doing that tomorrow. That one is,
Wow.
that one you should be scared for your job. Yeah. So yeah, but like I said, we are problem solve, and AI can't, you know, take that from us. But that's human being. If you see the evolution, the trend, how they are evolving, the way it happens. Maybe years back there was no light. Now people have discovered light. That trend will continue like that, and I don't think AI can take that from us.
Okay. Wow, 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 wow. Thanks so much, Adebayo. So I'll crown all this talk in just one sentence. If you know how, in the words of John C. Maxwell, he said, if you know how, you will get a job. But if you know why, you will be the boss. So I'm going to leave that word with us. So every one of us, you need to think about it. And I'm inviting you to another edition or another episode of AI Horizon. The next edition or episode should be about how to optimize your AI processes or to build a scalable solution. So I'm looking forward to having the 16 of you and even more, but this time it's not going to be on Instagram. It's going to be on YouTube channel so that we can have a broader broader candidate or people that might likely watch or viewers that might likely come on board. So if you've enjoyed this show, tell someone to tell someone to tell someone, because I'll be posting it on our YouTube channel again, because me myself, I need to watch it because there are a lot of things that slided that I didn't get hold of because I was trying to organize the show. So without further ado, I'm dropping the curtain, or I'm drawing the curtain at this point. We have 2 minutes to go. I am not an African girl in terms of time. I keep time a lot. So if you are also here, please give our speaker nice chat now. Tell him how you really enjoyed this show by giving him nice reaction, either through your emojis, love, like, 100%. We'd love to see you next time. Let him know that we really feel this show. Oh, thank you. I am Richie. Thanks so much. Give him your reaction. Let him see that yes, it was worthwhile. He didn't waste his data and he didn't waste his time spending his 16 minutes with us. So thanks so much, guys. I can see that. Thank you, guys, for your emojis. Thank you. Okay. So I bring this show to close. I'm tightening it up. I'm wrapping it up. I remain your favorite host, Temitope Oladokun. I'm just that tech girl that loves to have fun, but I want to impact lives as well. Thanks so much on another episode. I love to see you guys. Please, if you are not following any of us on Instagram, follow us to avoid missing out on a lot of goodies. And I'll also share my YouTube channel link on my platform as well. So don't forget to follow that. And my LinkedIn, there are a lot of jobs I've been posting lately. So if you are looking for a job, because it's very easy for you to start a tech career, if you don't have something to augment and get cash from, it might be very, very discouraging. So feel free to do all those things. Follow me on all my social media handles, my Instagram, my LinkedIn, and I'll also share my YouTube channel link with you. So bye for now, guys. Yes.
Bye.
Thank you, Adebayo. Thanks for honoring our request.